Asbestos exposure is a serious and widespread issue across the United States. Today, we'll take a look at where asbestos exposure is most prevalent and how it impacts workers and their families. Throughout the U.S., industries like shipbuilding, construction, and factory labor put workers at significant risk of asbestos exposure, leading to dangerous health conditions, including mesothelioma. Occupations such as aircraft mechanics, auto mechanics, welders, factory workers, and even U.S. Navy personnel face the highest risks of exposure due to the widespread use of asbestos in machinery, insulation, and building materials. Some states have higher rates of asbestos-related deaths due to their historical reliance on asbestos-heavy industries. Let's take a closer look at the top 10 states with the highest rates of mesothelioma deaths. Maine leads with 22.06 deaths per million population, largely due to its shipbuilding industry, including the Bath Iron Works and Portsmouth Naval Shipyard. Washington follows closely with 20.10 deaths per million, with exposure risks from naval shipyards, aerospace, and construction industries. In Wyoming, the energy sector, particularly oil refineries and natural gas plants, has contributed to the state's high asbestos death rate of 22.2 per million. West Virginia, with 21.0 deaths per million, has long been dominated by coal mining and power plants, industries that heavily relied on asbestos for insulation and equipment. Pennsylvania, known for its steel production and shipyards, reports 20.8 deaths per million, with widespread asbestos use in factories, railroads, and construction. New Jersey, with 20.2 deaths per million, saw high asbestos exposure from oil refineries, chemical plants, and its shipping ports. California's large shipbuilding and aerospace industries, along with numerous military bases, have led to an asbestos death rate of 20.0 per million. Michigan, with 19.8 deaths per million, saw asbestos used in automotive factories and shipyards, exposing workers to these hazardous fibers. Ohio's asbestos death rate is 19.5 per million, driven by extensive use in steel mills, power plants, and manufacturing sites. Illinois rounds out the top 10 with 19.2 deaths per million, as workers in the steel and railroad industries, as well as urban construction sites, face significant asbestos exposure. Asbestos exposure isn't limited to just these states. Every region has industries that contribute to the risk. In New England, for example, shipbuilding and paper mills exposed workers. The Midwest steel, automotive, and railroad industries were major contributors. And in the South, oil refineries and shipyards left their mark. Each region of the U.S. has its own asbestos exposure risks, with industries like shipbuilding in New England, steel production in the Midwest, and oil refining in the South playing a central role. If you or a loved one has been diagnosed with an asbestos-related illness, you may be entitled to compensation. The Gori Law Firm is here to help. Our compassionate team is ready to assist you in navigating these complex cases and fighting for the financial recovery you deserve. Don't wait. Contact us today for a free confidential consultation. We're here to help you take the next steps toward justice. Call the Gori Law Firm at 618-659-9833 for a free consultation.